Oh my goodness. Oh, hello and welcome everybody to tonight's fantastic dinosaur action earlier. Dinosaur action, and well, it's going to be a good time, even though you might not be having a good time. You can at least have a good time right here, right now, together, and we're going to see some fantastic dinosaur action with the Tranquil Frillback. Oh my goodness. Poke Catch. Yes. Well, I actually was thinking of actually going to play Pokemon Go, spin some Pokestops and get some Pokeballs, but you know, it kind of lines up. Okay. All right. I might do that after the stream here, but I could see myself doing it for 2 hours. That is what I used to do, and starting as early as I am, 8:45, we might be on track for that. Nothing much changed since last night. As many of you know, this is Stampede Dinosaurs, my favorite way to play them in Explorer or Pioneer, and the list in the description as it always is, along with the guides. 2 hours, lovely stuff. And join the Discord too if you haven't already. That's probably the best way to, you know, chat and keep in contact, but we don't always talk about dinosaurs. It's just usually that, oftentimes. However, Tranquil Frillback, that is taking the place of, oh, excuse me, I'm drinking Pepsi Zero. It's a little bubbly. But Tranquil Frillback replacing the Hivespine Wolverine. Oh my goodness, I can't even remember its name exactly, but that was there last night as a way to destroy the Damping Sphere whenever it enters. We could destroy an artifact or an enchantment, fight a creature. Nah. It takes a total of 5 to play that. I want to take out Damping Sphere specifically just because, well, it hurts this game plan of tapping specific lands for more than 1 mana. But it is a total of 5. I would only need a total of 4 to take out an artifact, to take out that Damping Sphere. No, 4 is less than 5. Tranquil Frillback is a dinosaur and does a bunch of other useful stuff. But Tranquil is back. Well, should it stay? Probably. We get to hurt the Golgari Yrga cat food combo. Painful stuff. As long as we could cast Tranquil Frillback, exile their graveyard before they get Yrga going. Maybe they only have 1 Cauldron Familiar. We might be able to get them. It's going to be quite exciting for that potential, but just, you know, stopping any sort of graveyard shenanigans, exiling target player's entire graveyard. That's going to be a saving thing. Absolutely. And also the life gain. I could bring it in against Aggro. Would I trim Tyrranax Rex, which is, of course, a pretty costly creature. It's not hard to play at all. But Tranquil Frillback certainly is quite a bit less. Paying 3 plus 1 green to gain 4. Maybe we negate the 4 damage from a decently sized creature, and then Tranquil Frillback is there to block that decently sized creature when it attacks us, and boom, all of a sudden we're up by 8, or well, technically 4. We're 8 higher than we would have been, which is pretty good. That might be all it takes. Sometimes that's all it takes. I just have to survive for another turn. As many of you guys have seen, or well, you might have tried yourself. Oh boy, this is going to be good. Once I add the Tranquil Frillback back in. Oh my goodness. Don't mind me. Pardon me. We're going to be putting opponents to sleep. I say we jump right into it. Again, if anybody has questions about the deck, happy to answer them right now, or in a comment, or the Discord. I'll go over the why of, well, anything. Everything has a pretty good reason. I do like to tweak a little bit, test out different ideas, splash for another color, white, blue, or black. That's not very difficult, but at the moment I feel like cover all the angles I want to cover. Hornet Queen stops multiple creatures. Pithing Needle stops anything with an activated ability. Quintorius Canned and vehicles possibly with Greasefang. But this is a pretty greasy hand. We're going to be sliding toward a win with this one, I'd say. Even if the opponent has Thoughtseize or something, it wouldn't be too bad. Now we do see Jane Ghalta. That okay, we got black something. Another Castle Garenbrig is pretty nice because I would expect this. Okay, that's why I felt really good keeping that hand. I had a Sunken, a Boseiju, and a Castle. A very good chance we're going to be getting there. Now we will. Kind of wacky. I'll take it, I guess. A third Castle Garenbrig. I imagine the opponent's Field of Ruin is probably going to be taking out Sunken Citadel if they're wise. But you never know. At the very least, I get Carnage Tyrant next turn. Now I might take the turn off further and just go with Castle Garenbrig. I want to be getting to 7 for Vaultborn Tyrant. That's probably going to make all the difference. With the Free Strider Lookout, whenever they target me or a permanent I control or destroy a permanent, which is targeting, they look at the top 5 cards and they can put a land onto the battlefield pretty quickly. They amass a massive amount of ramp. Played against this deck a little bit before, and well, it's not the most fun in the world, but you know what is the most fun? Getting an untapped land that is a forest. I know any future Castle Garenbrig, the one in my hand, it's going to enter untapped, and we're on track to play the Vaultborn Tyrant next turn. I do imagine they have some sort of removal for Carnage Tyrant, sacrificing. Might be too little too late. If they spend 2 for the Bank Buster, we're looking good. They would only have 1 left at the moment. I'm fine with that. Okay. Good. They're scared. They can't attack. Boom. The removal is useless because, well, some of the removal is useless. Surprise. They might just be dead. There's a very good chance at this point. I'm going to be making 8 next turn, playing one of the Ghaltas. I'll wait. I can, buy my time. Make him squirm a little bit. Oh. They played Duress to reveal my hand. I have no non-creature, non-land card in there. I always love when that happens. When you have so many creatures, so many lands, there is a good chance you don't have the Commune, the Sylvan Scrying, or the Archdruid's Charm, and now simply dead. This is a good way to start. I just have to repeat it. Hopefully. And we'll see what happens. It's just nice to know, boom, done. Oh, smoked. Alright, do I want to do anything against Crimes? Golgari Crimes. It is pretty painful, and if we can stop them from targeting me, that really does hurt the Free Strider Lookout's potential. Look how many lands they got. Not pretty, especially if they can target me at instant speed on my turn, because the Free Strider's ability it triggers only once a turn, which means theirs and mine, they could be getting a land on my turn, an extra one on theirs, buried in ramp. Not a pretty sight. Now, would they have something to spend all that mana on? Maybe, I would imagine. Kind of like the Hornet Queen, though. They got a bunch of, decently sized creatures. 3, 4. Hornet Queen really could make all the difference. We got there without the Cliff Top Lookout. Would I need T-Rex? I'm still going to keep the Cliff Top because they do have that hand hate disruption. They can make me discard Sylvan Scrying or Archdruid's Charm, and I might really appreciate Cliff Top Lookout coming down, getting a land. Thumbs up. Oh, speaking of thumbs up, if they don't get rid of Commune, we go with that. Maybe. I'll think about it. Good. Well, okay, well, 2 Sunkens. We got to get the Sunken Citadel train started. Oh, okay, yeah, well, that's fine by me. Oh boy. Well, I'm choosing Ghalta, because we're on track for Ghalta at this point. Folks, I kind of wanted Vaultborn Tyrant. Might have been nice. I like this though. Oh, we don't even have to search for Castle Garenbrig. What is going on? I'll pay the 2 life. I'll get the cliff top next turn. Turn 4. I will be able to make 8. We might lose Ghalta. Cross your fingers. Good. Are they dead? Bing, bang, boom. Oh, they got it black untapped. Okay, they got a Thoughtseize coming up. Maybe. Hopefully not. If they don't have a Thoughts. Okay. I'll take that damage. Oh, they die. Oh. There you go. Surprise. That's
ruthless aggression.
I almost forgot to press Ruthless Aggression. That's about as ruthless as it gets. Man. Okay. I redeemed myself from last night, so quite happy to do that. Of course, I wish I was in Mythic. I know some of you are playing this deck, and it is lovely to see just the deck in general. Extra examples of it performing well. Oh, it's yeah, let's go. Let's go 5 ways, 100%. I think it's an easy enough style, but just having additional people playing it is fun. Just in general, it's like a community, I guess. It doesn't have any hard and fast rules. You guys, of course, don't have to play Dinosaurs every day. I don't have to. I just make that choice because I love doing the one thing. I love doing something that perhaps nobody else would ever consider doing. One thing. All the time except April Fools, which, well, that is still a ways away when I play something that is not Dinosaurs. I've done spirits and zombies and yeah. Whew. Maybe sometime I should actually count how many live streams I've done. It's about 600. Might be 650 at this point. I've certainly lost track. I think this is a little bit too risky. If it had a third land, if I was going to get to Archdruids, if I was on the draw, I might risk it. Oh, okay, whoa. Infinitely better. Send Regisaur Alpha to the bottom. Commune with Dinosaurs, could maybe grab it, but at the moment, there's a very real possibility we get to T-Rex. Oh, well, what's going on, folks? Completely different from last night. I sent the Regisaur to the bottom, and then I get one from the top, and then I get... Do I want Cavern of Souls? Technically, I do. You know what? Let's play it safe, just in case. You never know. Commune, we'll go with that. This opponent could have some counter spells. I like another T-Rex at this point. I hope to see another Sunken. But, okay. Clifftop Lookout. Well, they don't have a counter spell, so Clifftop happens, and next turn, you know what happens? T-Rex. And things might be all done. Locked up. Oh boy. Simulacrum. Synthesizer, that is how you pronounce it. It's not going to save him at this point. See, you don't even need Ghalta when you have a T-Rex. Beautiful stuff, and keep in mind that Clifftop Lookout, for a little bit there, I was not using the Clifftop Lookout as something that ramped. Instead of that, Glimpse the Core, that sort of thing. Clifftop Lookout was, something else. Something I was trying. And, well, it wasn't ramp, so in this case, definitely nice. And they're definitely dead. Simply from the poison counters alone. Ooh, okay. If you've got T-Rex, it's good. And then all of a sudden, if you get another one, or if you have a starting hand with 2, and maybe a Sunken and a Castle Garenbrig, I'd probably just try it. You don't need to do the best thing when your backup plan is basically a plan A. That's pretty much a plan A, because what's anybody going to do to that? It is going to be scary for many opponents. But I have beat a Simulacrum Synthesizer deck before. You guys might remember probably about a week ago, the final match. They made a ton of these construct tokens. The Synthesizer, whenever another artifact they control with mana value 3 or greater enters, you create a creature with, well, it gets +1/+1 for each artifact. It gets really big, and they make many of them, and it's not fun. Not at all. However, Tranquil Frillback to exile the Simulacrum Synthesizer, I say we keep it the same. Of course, they likely have a couple counter spells here or there. I think for the most part they just focus on their own game plan, and we'll just focus on ours. That, I think it's reasonable enough. The opponent has taken 1 mulligan. I have 2 lands, one of them being Sunken. If this Sunken was Stomping Ground, I wouldn't have kept it. I have part of the stuff, part of the combo, the package. However, I imagine they might have a counter spell next turn, so we're just going to go off with Commune. Grab the Stomping Ground just in case we draw an Archdruid's Charm. I didn't send an Archdruid's Charm to the bottom, so the first of 4 is probably coming up. Almost played the Stomping Ground there by mistake. Sunken always enters tapped, and I want to have the Stomping Ground next turn. Ooh, lovely. Get that cliff top. Castle? Well, that's okay. If I get another land, at the very least, I would be able to play Regisaur or Palani's Hatcher and maybe buy myself some time from the potential nasty aggression of the opponent. Okay, well, that's good. We'll start testing the waters, drawing out the counter spell. I've got another Regisaur and a Palani, so eventually I would imagine they run out of a counter spell. Not a problem. Of course, I always wish I had Cavern of Souls. I could have grabbed it there. Likely would have been better being, we're facing off something with blue. A deck that is partially in blue. Making me a little blue, I didn't grab that Cavern at... Excuse me, oh my goodness. Grab the Cavern at the bottom. We'll just keep trying. Oh, okay, they have no counter spells. That happened almost instantaneously. They might have removal. No removal. Very interesting. This is good for our chances. If we get a Castle Garenbrig at any point and they've spent a bunch of mana, we would simply play Ghalta. So that's also pretty good. Okay, made some tokens. Attacking with them. Huh. Interesting. Well, hopefully they didn't draw. Okay. I like it. Now the question becomes, I want to see what Saheeli Filigree Master does. Is it anything scary? She has 1. Scry 1, and I don't think I'm worried about that. Not too much. I think it's just time for ruthless aggression. Alright, Castle Garenbrig, or another Palani's Hatcher, or Regisaur Alpha would be pretty good. Maybe they have some sort of sweeper. It is Jeskai, white, blue, and red. There's lots of nasty potential to simply lose a lot of creatures. It's good. It's good. Oh, but Commune with Dinosaurs. That could almost spell their doom. Has to be Commercial District. Sadly, it isn't Castle Garenbrig, but we want to continue to get ahead. Archdruid's Charm. That might just do it. Hit him for 4. Nah. Take him down to 2. If Regisaur Alpha sticks around, we could play Carnage Tyrant, but they would probably... Oh, okay. No, that's something. Interesting. Should I be worried about that? The Skitterbeam Battalion. It's a cool name. They can pay 9 or 5. When it enters, if they cast it, create 2 tokens that are copies of it. So the original was a 2/2. They made 2 2/2s. Okay. Carnage Tyrant it is, and that will do it. Phew. Okay, 2 very quick matches. My oh my. It's definite redemption from last night. Good stuff. Okay. Ooh. I don't know that'll play long enough to fly right back into Mythic as I've been in the past. Some months it's just not going to work out. For whatever reason. We could debate back and forth why that is, but yeah, sometimes it's just not going to be as smooth as other months. That's alright though. Maybe I go on a super fast 9-game, 9-match win streak here. I guess it would be 11 if I won every single one after this. A little breather for a second. See if I get something good. One last job. I have had that as a suggestion in the past. 2 and a white. Spree. Pay an extra 2 to return a creature from our graveyard to the battlefield. Seems a little expensive for 5. But if they've destroyed Ghalta or I just want a Vaultborn, if it dies, makes a copy of itself. So we could get that original Vaultborn back. It enters, the copy sees the original itself triggers. There'd be a lot of card draw, a lot of life gain for sure. But the other modes I don't see myself really ever using. Mounts, vehicles, ores and equipment. Maybe. Call it one last dino. Ooh. Yeah, I'm just happy that Simulacrum Synthesizer deck went a little bit faster. That final match there of the night a bit ago, that took quite some time to find the out. I think that could work. Commercial District, a forest type land, Commune, digging for the second land to play Sylvan. I'm gonna try it. I've made stuff like this work before. Don't need a Carnage Tyrant. Want to hopefully draw a land for the turn and then Commune will dig. Okay, but at least we are closer. We are closer to a Sunken. And other chances might sink. Might have sunken. This is very good. I imagine we're losing Sylvan Scrying to Thoughtseize or a counter spell. Now the question becomes, do I wait for Archdruids? I think they're going to spend some mana. I bet. Good. Oh. Well. We'll see if they have Spell Pierce for 1 blue, making us... Okay, they don't. Now I know what I'm grabbing. Huh. Play Carnage Tyrant next turn, maybe draw out a sweeper. However, what is this deck? Is it simply Esper Control blue, black, and white? Well, we'll find out, because I'll just play Carnage Tyrant, and this is going to get an answer from them. They sweep next turn, they're tapped out, we're free to do anything we want. It would probably be Vaultborn Tyrant, but I could see myself setting up Sylvan Scrying to grab another Sunken, playing it. I would have 3 left over. I could go with the other Archdruids I have, go with Clifftop Lookout, any number of things. I do want to preserve Archdruids, grabbing Ghalta's Stampede Tyrant, so I would see Clifftop Lookout as the thing. It can only ever get a land. Archdruids, of course, can do so many different things. But of course, if an opponent is playing lots of instants, you might want to leave the 3 mana. When they tap out to do a thing, you can do a thing. And now we're going to see if they do anything to the Sylvan. They have 3 mana. Oh, okay. Do what you gotta do. Cavern of Souls. Get the counter spells going. Let's try Clifftop Lookout again. Huh. Interesting. Very interesting. Maybe they were waiting to go a little bit lower. Try to get the best benefit. However, what is this? Esper... I don't know. They must be looking for a sweeper. That's all I can think of. Huh. Well, we'll certainly play Vaultborn Tyrant. If we draw land that enters untapped, playing it, we would be able to have 3 for Archdruids. Just nice they can't counter this. Boom. Love it. Just happy they don't have any land destruction. Maybe the best they have is Wandering Emperor. Huh. Okay. Just a whole lot of digging and life gain. However, I'll go back to one of the cards they were using, Faithful Mending. I've seen that in the past used to get cards into the graveyard, specific ones. They gain 2 life, draw 2, then they discard. Sometimes paired with a reanimation strategy, bringing a big creature from the graveyard onto the battlefield, but nothing really super specific. It's odd. Certainly didn't gain as much information as I wanted. However, I say we just go Tranquil Frillback. Oh, excuse me. That certainly should be quite devastating to this opponent. If we can sneak the Frillback out, boom, 1 green, their entire graveyard is gone. It certainly seems like they kind of rely on the graveyard. Crush them. Crush them good. Ooh, that might do that. Perfectly reasonable. 2 Sylvan Scryings eventually. Grabbing 2 Sunken Citadels. Of course, they might have a counter spell here, but we'll get the counter spells going. Get them burnt. Oh! Huh. Well, that's good for our chances. Very, very nice. Oh, it's at Esper Greasefang. Okay, well, yeah. There you go. As I was mentioning, the Faithful Mending, getting stuff into the graveyard. Yeah. I suspected funny business. Now, Tranquil Frillback, that is good. Greasefang, we can turn off the vehicle. We can turn the vehicle. Yeah. We can turn off the crew ability of a particular vehicle. If we play Pithing Needle, name Parhelion 2, it can't be crewed, which is pretty darn fantastic stuff. I say we do Pithing Needle mostly because it can come down a whole lot earlier than Tranquil Frillback, and simply naming a vehicle really seems like it's all we're going to need to do, I suspect. Okay, I think that's good enough. 3 lands, Archdruids, even though none of those lands is a Sunken or a Castle Garenbrig. We will be getting the castle with Sylvan Scrying here. Huh? You know, losing Archdruids, I assume. Little rough. But they don't see the Pithing Needle, which is also quite good. Hopefully we see a Sunken Citadel at some point, but Castle Garenbrig always more important than Sunken. Tapping for 2 mana for a land with an activated ability, that doesn't do anything if you don't have a castle. But with a castle you can make just a little bit more. Oh my goodness. Whoa. I'll take it. I like the sounds of this. Oh, and the Pithing Needle to boot. Well, hopefully they don't have a counter spell, but guess we'll find out. Parhelion 2. Woohoo. Lovely Carnage Tyrant, maybe. If we draw land that enters untapped next turn, we kill him. No, that's fine. We got lots of big bodies. Vaultborn Tyrant coming up. But they have a counterspell. Well, I think we try to draw out another blot out. I hope not. Okay, good. I was smelling a counterspell, so play it safe. Feeling alright. Parhelion 2, completely useless. We've named it. It can't be crude. Play the Greasefang and see how that does nothing. And still not going to do it. Oh, we got him. Oh boy, strap yourselves in.
I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody.
Ooh, perfect, perfect. Just dead on the spot. Exactly how it should be. Oh, okay. I'm glad I know that little trick. Maybe some of you were not aware. You can name a vehicle, and that vehicle simply can't be crewed because crewing is an activated ability. Sometimes on Arena it just doesn't seem like that's the case. Where is it? It doesn't seem like that's the case because it just says crew 4. There is no semicolon, asterisk, whatever it's called, but in the description of the rules text there is. So a neat little trick that paid off. Maybe they had a Greasefang in their hand, maybe they didn't. But at the very least in that moment, Greasefang was pretty useless. Pretty good. Just past 30 minutes. My oh my. Time is flying. Whew. Okay. Just got to keep that streak up. Maybe if I get to 6 wins in a row, I make a rule where I just keep going until I lose. And then watch me not lose. Watch me maybe have jinxed myself here. It's going to be aggro. Ooh, that's not fun. Time flies definitely when you're stomping. I think we might be stomping with that. A very reasonable chance Commune is going to dig and grab either Sunken or a Castle. We don't need that forest on top. We got 2 more lands in my hand. Going to be grabbing stuff. I jinxed myself, didn't I? Seems like it is. Rakdos. Well, do I want Carnage Tyrant? Nah. I got a good feeling. But Rakdos Lizards. Not great. Castle Garenbrig, that's pretty great. Clifftop Lookout next turn, possibly. Keep in mind, I did send a Sunken Citadel to the bottom. I had that choice between Sunken or Castle. Castle it is. We could go with Archdruids to grab and put a Sunken out. Clifftop also get something, and well, maybe it would be nice with these lizards, perhaps. I know with this forest, I will be getting the 6 next turn no matter what. I say we do that. See if we get lucky. Hopefully. Alright. They did a bit of damage, perhaps digging for a land. Hoping it's on top or underneath. They went 1 top 0 bottom, so it makes me suspect they got it. They'll power up one of these hired claws, whichever Clifftop Lookout blocks. It's a little bit worrisome having that ability. I'll wait and see. Clifftop Lookout might just block somebody bigger next turn. We'll block the biggest thing, the one that's a 2/3 now, and oh boy, Carnage Tyrant it is. I'm liking this. No attacks. With the Carnage Tyrant, perhaps I've slowed him down. I hope. Okay, could be a little problematic. Oh, yeah, a bunch of lands. That's not fun. Getting a little bit low. Oh boy. Lizards. Rakdos lizards. Not a pretty sight indeed. Can't afford to take any damage at this point. Now I could take out the Hired Claw. I could search for a Vaultborn. I like our chances with this one. We'll see what they do. Now I could have taken out an Iridescent Vine Lasher, stopping myself from taking 1 damage here. Feels good though. Carnage just stopped that. 2, 1. I like that. I think they have something up their sleeve. We might have to do this to save ourselves. They might have another lightning strike. Oh. Okay, well it's pretty simple. Yes. Yes, Scorpion. The one and only. Whew. Rakdos Lizard's a little bit rough, but it's going to be rough if we land the Hornet Queen, a swarm of Death Touch creatures. They won't want to attack into that, so I'm quite excited about the potential. I'm also just excited to be streaming earlier. This is the usual time I sit down just to start and make my thumbnail, figure out the composition, what art I want to use. If I want to do something a little bit similar, I put the Thrashing Brontodon's tail behind some rays of sunshine, and then I put the dinosaur on the front, and sometimes it does take longer than other times. Earlier, that likely means longer. Yeah, 2 hours. I could see 2 hours. 10:30. Started at 8:30. No. 10:45. I started at 8:45. Hard to remember because I'm not used to it. But it's not going to do it. Okay, that might. We got the Hornet Queen, which is lovely stuff. Palani's Hatcher. Send it to the bottom. Big time. I'm probably going to be playing Carnage Tyrant before Palani's Hatcher. Yeah. Oh boy. Oh, another Sunken Citadel. Big time. 100% Commune. No castle. I mean, I do want a land. I should grab a land. Hopefully we see a castle. Clifftop Lookout. Probably going to play it off of Beseju next turn. We'll see. A turn 3 Gishath. That sounds pretty darn deadly. Pretty scary stuff. Clifftop. No. I say we do it. Hope for a castle. Castle. You can do it. Ooh, not quite. But again, there's a reasonable chance it's somewhere up there. I've seen 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 cards on the bottom. There's 42 cards I haven't seen. Over a quarter of the deck I haven't seen, and it hasn't been Castle Garenbrig. That's a positive chance. Very positive chance for it coming up. It's rough. Basically need Hornet Queen next turn, or we are dead. 100% we're dead. Oh, okay. Not gonna do it. That's how she goes. Nuts. I mean, technically, that might have had no creature with haste, nothing that dealt damage to me, so there was the slimmest of chances I might have survived with 1 or 2 health, but it wasn't like I was even setting up for anything big. I didn't have Ghalta potentially dropping a lot of lovely creatures. The second hit. Ooh. Yeah, that does sound, excuse me, pretty darn good. I mean, Pantlaza is already fantastic, but pairing it with Polyraptor It sends shivers down my spine. Kind of like this hand. 3 lands, one of them being Castle. Got the cliff top, maybe. We get lucky grabbing the Sunken, or I simply draw a Sunken. Or I draw a Sylvan Scrying that gets a Sunken. Or I get an Archdruid to search for a Sunken and put it onto the battlefield. You get the idea. We're on track. Turn 5 that's pretty darn quick. Hopefully it's not mono green devotion. That appears to be the case though. Huh. Oh. Okay. Well. There you go. Sunken is a little bit late. I would have preferred it as the turn 1 or turn 2 land, but okay, so it is mono green. Oh my god. Oh, what's going on here, folks? I'm gonna make 8 soon-ish. What did I send to the bottom? Nothing. There wasn't a non-land above the stomping ground I just put out. But if we draw Ghalta next turn, they're dead. It's not Ghalta, but T-Rex is probably our best bet at this moment. I should not have attacked with the Clifftop Lookout. I was just so excited to smack them. Also excited to have a second one. They might just die to poison counters. I don't think they're going to be popping off at the moment. If they attack with the Troll and the Trailblazer, they're dead. That should work. Early ties, ooh. I know all about smothering Tithe, and it's not a pretty sight, that's for sure. T-Rex, Vaultborn. I say Vaultborn at this point. I want Ghalta. I hope. Keep this stuff down. I don't want Old Growth Troll enchanting a land, giving them even more mana, but at this point, it's going to be rough. Our best bet is Ghalta. Vaultborn gets us just a touch closer. Yes, they do. Rodrigo, and with Jurassic Park, the Dino DNA to complete it or whatever, it was combined with a frog, which is pretty cool. So Clifftop Lookout synergizes with this deck just because of that fact. It might not be too nasty this turn. Cavalier of Thorns did go away, so they did lose out on a bit of devotion there, and that might make all the difference. Okay, not so much. They can untap Nykthos and tap it again. But we're not quite dead. We're not quite dead. There's so many crazy things, Scorpion, that could work. We just don't know how to make them work quite yet. And yeah, so many things that are possible, just don't quite have the knowledge. However, maybe we do get Ghalta. Again, if we see Ghalta, we win, as it is so many times. That's why I want to see her as often as possible for copies, but also, possibly something that searches for a creature, puts it into my hand. I mean, maybe Vaultborn Tyrant does, but I imagine we're almost exactly certainly dead coming up here. Too little, too late. Not so great. Double block, perhaps? Okay. Worth a shot. Maybe we won't be dead. I'm 99% sure it's going to be happening. But maybe we get really, really lucky. Huh. Scale. Ooh, that. I don't know. Maybe that's messing with DNA and genetics and stuff a little bit too much. Okay, no, we're done. But at the very least, do you see how important Ghalta is? When you don't have it, you're desperately wanting it because you would kill him again and again and again. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. Even if I had other spells that search for a creature, along with Archdruid's Charm, there's just going to be some games and some matches that I won't see it. But Alpine Moon, that's the thing. Cliff Top, we trim 3 moons in, and we hope to see it mulliganing pretty aggressively, naming Nykthos and hoping they don't have a Boseiju who endures. That'd be rough. That's a keeper. Oh, yeah, 100%. No, boom. 3 lands, source of red with commercial district, and an Alpine Moon. One of the lands is a Sunken, one's a Boseiju, which could take out Nykthos, and that actually could be quite helpful. We don't need a Regisaur Alpha, I don't think. We have a Palani's Hatcher to give people haste. It's going to be good. But Alpine Moon definitely going to be good. Alright, maybe we've bought ourselves some time. If we see a Sylvan Scrying, we get a castle. Archdruids would be nice. I know, Regisaur Alpha. Oh, okay. Another Sunken is good too. Huh. If they played a Sunken, I'd take out Castle Garenbrig, perhaps. One, two, three. Technically, Boseiju should be used to take out Castle at this point. They are able to activate it with 4 mana, the 2 lands plus the Mystic plus the temporary green from the Trailblazer. So maybe this would be 1, 2, 3. Okay, Storm the Festival, also rough-ish. Still got a Cavalier of Thorns, that's not fun. Not great. Oh boy. Castle Garenbrig. Oh, phew, this might be Castle Garenbrig. Not. Still. Well, we'll grab another Vaultborn Tyrant. Very, very unfortunate. I don't know. There is a lot of legendary creatures, yeah. Yeah, it is only legendary creatures. Well, I don't think always. Not always. I have tried to analyze the Paul and Rodrigo. Fantastic potential, absolutely. I love it. Definitely against the right deck. I don't know that I would want to start off with. Analyze the Pollen. There might be some matchup where there's a low chance of getting something big into the graveyard. Analyze the Pollen is only ever grabbing a basic land. Mono Black Waste Not. Rodrigo, something with discard. It was very good against that when I was using it, but it felt more of a sideboard thing than a main. I'm pretty sure Scorpion, there is some instances of normal creatures having a sort of legendary name. Pretty sure. Yeah. Fauna Shaman, that is a pretty good creature. Potentially. I've used it before. Well, that is one way to search for Ghalta. Ping a green, tapping it, discarding a creature, which doesn't feel too good, but we discard a creature and we grab whatever we need. I like it. Oh, an individual name. I see. Yeah. Ooh. But I do see winning right here. Absolutely. Basically perfect, I would say. Lovely to see the cliff top. If we go off with Sylvan, we grab Castle. Able to make 6 on turn 4. Commune gonna dig for whatever is good. Or we lose. No. Sylvan, Commune. Probably Sylvan, I would bet. Gotta be. Surely. Maybe they're scared of Tyrranax Rex. Oh boy. Oh boy, maybe they think I don't have many in my list. Yeah, I like that name. I wouldn't be opposed to a Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh my, look. What? That's what you get for thought seizing away the thing that would have grabbed me that land. Man, if that's not revenge, I don't know what is. Oh, somebody still trying to play Amalia, perhaps. Commune, dig for a sunken, maybe. Oh, look. I didn't play my land for the turn, and I was rewarded by getting to play a second sunken. Next turn, a forest, cliff top, we see Ghalta. We're rolling in it. I don't want to see any more lands at this point. I have more than enough. But I have a sense that might be happening. Yeah. Fake Zach. For anybody that is not aware, that is not Zach Galifianakis. That is a movie 40 years old. Something like that. Robert Redford. For anybody that knows that act. Oh, my. Whoa. Okay. Well. Hopefully we see any other big dino. We might just be able to smoke them. Clifftop Lookout as well can block a big flying vehicle. It's pretty good. It's pretty interesting that we're facing 2 Greasefangs in a night. It is. They should remake that movie or get Robert Redford with Zach Galifianakis. Oh. But yeah, maybe they should just remake it. I don't know if it is politically correct. Perhaps it's an old movie. Maybe it's not. Just in case they have stuff that makes me sacrifice a creature. Sheoldred's Edict. Oh my goodness, okay. I think they died. Phew. Good. Watch them have Sheoldred's Edict, and it's good I preserved Clifftop Lookout. Hopefully. Pretty sure they're dead. They remake anything. Well, that is a good case. I would watch that movie in a heartbeat. Just like this opponent is about to have no heartbeat pretty soon, because their life total is going to go below 0. Ooh. I think they have creative talent. I don't know. I'm just not a picky person. If I want to see a movie, I know I'm going to like it. It's going to be entertaining, and that's simply where it ends. I don't pick apart stuff. It's just a good time. Yeah. I'm not a good critic because I like a lot of stuff, and I don't look for the bad. I look for the good. I look to be entertained, as hopefully you guys are tonight, but it is Greasefang. It's an interesting Greasefang because they got Sheoldred, Abzan. Oftentimes it is Abzan Greasefang, black, green, and white. They just, they didn't do a whole lot. Do I want to change a whole lot? I love everything so much. I love Tranquil Frillback, maybe exiling the graveyard, but keep in mind, I need 4 mana. This deck could pop off and do stuff before I get to the point. That would be rough. Pithing Needle, I think that's where it's at. Name the vehicle as I did in the previous Greasefang matchup, and poof, their whole plan goes out the window. Of course, with this being Abzan and green, they unfortunately have access to... I'll trim Carnage Tyrant. Yeah. But being Abzan and partly green, they have access to some painful artifact destruction. So Pithing Needle might not stick around as long as the Esper Greasefang that we faced. Whoa. 2 Sunken Citadels and a forest. I have 3 sources of green for the 3 Archdruid's charms. 100%. All the time, without a doubt, I would keep a hand like that. Oh, and the... Well, technically it has to be Sunken. Next turn we'll play Pithing Needle, I hope. Oh boy. Good. Good, good, good. The perfect moment. The second Sunken is entering tapped. Helion 2. Boom. Hopefully that helps us survive. I was wondering about it. I wanted to get it down. Oh my goodness. Castle Garenbrig. Well, I don't even need to use Archdruids. Technically, I could have it exile the vehicle they cheat out. That'd be fine. And I'm still going to be making 7 next turn. Vaultborn? Vaultborn, I think. Yeah, Vaultborn time. That's what we gotta do. Or it could be... No, we're going Vaultborn. And then we'll search for Ghalta. We'll see what happens. Ink Shield. Oh, I was wondering what was happening. Shieldred, it pauses it there for a second when we draw. But, with the 4th Archdruid's Charm. I'm liking these chances here. Ink Shield is disgusting. Huh. Well, it's good I'm not familiar with it then, I assume. Hopefully, they don't have any other vehicles. Yeah. Hopefully they don't have Land Destruction. Beseju Who Endures could be in their hand at the moment. They're not going to attack with Shieldred. I block with Vaultborn. Unless they have another one in their hand. They're not going to use Destroy-based removal because then I get a copy. Which might block Shieldred. That's not fun. What are they getting? Oh boy. Sky Sovereign. Okay. Rough. I will have to check it. Yeah. It's actually not terrible. Vaultborn's gonna die. We're gonna draw another card. We might draw Ghalta. We might kill him. Hopefully I see another Pithing Needle. Well, at least I know another big vehicle that they have. And I mean, it is a little bit painful. No. Oh, yeah, good. If they had attacked with Shieldred, I would have made the copy, and I still would have been able to declare that as the blocker. That's pretty sweet. Really, I can have the Stomping Enter untapped. I can go Archdruids to take out the artifact they cheat out, and or just simply take out Shieldred. Really. Now we wait. Alright. Okay, never mind. I can't do that, but we'll see. Maybe they can't get a vehicle into the graveyard. Oh, also a possibility. Huh. They have lots of ways to discard cards, though. Maybe they have another Greasefang in their hand. Does make me suspicious. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I see that. Hold on a second. Oh, just a second. They are dead. Cooked. Smoked.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me!
Poof. You die. Oh, lovely. Lovely stuff. Extra dead with the Palanis. Beautiful. 24-4. Doesn't matter. That's what it's all about. But a mill deck in Explorer, I could do that. I can make just about anything. Maybe a mill deck would be That would be a cool April Fool's something to do. I'm pretty sure they're dead. I haven't done the math, but I have to assume with all of that, they are. It's pretty cool to take down 2 Greasefangs in a night, I gotta say. I was getting a little bit worried though, going down to 4. Maybe I can make Dinosaur Mill somehow. Or just add a decent amount of mill into the idea and perhaps. I don't know. I mean, I'm always up for trying just about anything. It doesn't have to be dinosaur related. If you want me to try something in a dinosaur deck, chances are I might have done it already. But if there's a cool enough reason, perhaps I'll spend my wild cards and perhaps give it a go. But 1 hour, just over 1 hour, we're just getting started. Good stuff. Hopefully the trend continues. I mean, Mill is kind of hilarious. It's my least favorite deck to face, probably. I don't think other people enjoy being on the receiving end of Mill. Perhaps. Okay. I was so excited to get into the next batch. Yes, Ink Shield. I'll look for it after this one. Definitely. Mill's fun though. There's something for everyone, and if you enjoy Mill, more power to you. However, that could be a pretty powerful hand. Yorion, Sky Nomad. I have to imagine it's maybe Azorius Control regular. Azorius Control would be pretty good. Maybe I am in a hurry to find somebody playing Mill. You just never know. I want to draw the counter spell on Commune, maybe. Maybe not. You can't do that. Oh, you don't do that. That's good. Really good. Now, keep in mind, Yorion, when it enters, they can exile non-land permanents and return them. So this deck is going to feature pretty heavily enchantments, artifacts, creatures that haven't entered the battlefield. Oh, Field of Ruin. Ruining our chances. That's how she goes. They are going to activate field, and we're going to respond to that. Stomping Ground. We'll pay the 2, just in case they don't use Field of Ruin. But I'm almost certain they will. We grab a replacement Castle Garenbrig. You guys know the drill. Nothing fancy here. Oh my goodness. Whoever would have thought they would do that? Oh, shucks. I respond to get a copy of the land that they try to destroy. We can't make 6 next turn. We could if we draw a land that enters untap, so that's going to be good. Explorer pulls from Pioneer, so in paper it mirrors it as much as possible. There's a couple cards that we're missing, but definitely when you're against a control deck, take the opportunity, play the Carnage, and hopefully unleash some Carnage. Or just draw out the piece of removal. We've been talking a little bit about Azorius Control. Boom. Play the thing that's going to get an answer from them. They tap out, but then you're free and clear, possibly the next turn to do whatever you could possibly imagine. Sweep me. Do it. Do it. You know you want to. You can't target it. Okay, that's not too bad. Invasion of Dominaria. It's not very scary at all. Huh. Well, Commune, we'll see what we get. Ghalta, maybe? Or a counterspell. Oh. Technically, I want another Castle Garenbrig, but I want Sylvan Scrying instead. I want to hopefully go with a Sunken. Actually, I want a Cavern. I definitely want a Cavern. Now all the dinosaurs can't be countered. Beautiful. Okay. Yeah. Interesting though. Scorpion, you could just Google Pioneer Legality. That would probably be your best bet. However, T-Rex, you know what, I want to go with Palani's Hatcher. They're completely tapped out. I know Palani's isn't going to be destroyed. I'm going to connect with a token if they sweep. I have T-Rex next turn. T-Rex would kill him next turn. Pretty good. I mean, there's probably lots of avenues that would have killed this opponent, but still. You know, spread out the pain, the scariness. Yeah. Huh. Well, Commune, let's see what we get. They must have something up their sleeve. I want a Stampede too. Yeah. Triple Regisaur Alpha Scorpion 100%. I mean, it would be good. I say we scare them even more with a Carnage Tyrant. They're going to do something to that. I see a possibility that Tyrranax Rex here simply finishes them off. Maybe they use removal on Palani's, or they got something. They must have something. They want to take out Palani's to stop the second Carnage Tyrant from having hate. Oh my goodness, oh, folks, they exiled 2. No more lies. That's pretty sweet. I gotta say, I like that a lot. I don't like that a lot. Okay. Mad Dad Labbit. I mean, it wasn't a... Oh, at first, okay. That's no fun. Oh boy. Oh, nuts. But they are at 7. Now, they got to be worried about the Carnage Tyrant I have. Oh, I see. Well, that's actually pretty good. A main phase Memory Deluge full. You can't attack with pretty much any shark. Ooh. This is good, Mad Dad. I like her. Don't attack. Well, do. I want him to. Maybe they're getting greedy. Oh boy. I don't think we'll be that lucky. Okay. Very reasonable from the opponent. Hopefully this is also reasonable. We would just die to the sharks. We have to keep up the pressure. It's just how it is. Keep the sharks down and keep the hope alive. That's where we're at. But my oh my, where is Ghalta? We're getting pretty close to halfway through the deck. Okay, we're still in decent position. See what happens with Sylvan Scrying. I still could play Carnage Tyrant, so it's not super terrible. I mean, I'm kind of tempted for Beseju, so I don't have to worry about any more shark tokens. Nothing I need in particular. Yeah, I guess Beseju it is. Just in case. But where's Ghalta when you need it? Oh boy. Good evening, Squad Painter. How's it going? Hopefully all is well with you. All is not so well. Yeah. The Shark Typhoon tends to lock things up. Hopefully they don't play something else. We could be hit for, well, almost lethal. However, it does bring me back to maybe Hornet Queen. Yeah, that's not a pretty sight. But maybe we get Ghalta next turn. Let's not lose hope. They might not have a sweeper. They might not have settled the wreckage. You never know. I've come back from worse. Imagine we'll be hit with a couple sharks at least. We certainly need something next turn. Okay. We got 4. They'll have a potential 6. Hopefully they spend a bunch of mana, so when they untap 2 with Teferi's ability, they might not be able to do a whole lot. Okay. Cross the fingers, Ghalta. That's what we're looking for. Maybe they will attack with all the sharks. Huh. Could be good. Oh my goodness, excuse me. Possibly Nichols, possibly. Okay, I'm going to look up a couple cards that you guys have mentioned. Ink Shield and Season of Gathering. After this match is done here, whether I win or lose, of course I always hope to win, and sometimes you don't. Darn. Nuts. But we know what it's all about. Some enchantments, but for the most part, Shark Typhoon, they might not ever cast it. I like the Hornet Queen. Definitely. It's not Lotus Field, so I say we go with Hornet Queen. Yeah. Trim the Clifftop Lookout. I think there's a decent chance they would just counter the Clifftop Lookout. Oh, yeah. I think I'm getting a card mixed up with Season of Gathering. Come to think of it, it is what was it released in? Now we'll find out, but yes, it is, from what I remember, very, very expensive. I know, we're going to see Ghalta here. We're not going to see Ghalta maybe with this hand, and we wouldn't be seeing a win. We might with that. It's certainly quite a bit better. Yeah. I was thinking of sending a Carnage Tyrant to the bottom, but that could be very, very important. Has to be Commercial District. Oh, I want a Stomping Ground. I want just a touch more lands at this point. It's nice knowing the opponent isn't going to counter my Sylvan Scrying. I grabbed a Boseiju. I did that last night. Let's not do that again. Rough. I would have been playing Carnage Tyrant next turn, unfortunately, so yeah. Boseiju would have been, well, we would have gotten a Sunken. Well, we will. We will. Archdruid's Charm is going to grab that Sunken, so we're looking good. We're looking good. Omen of the Sea it is. Boom. Hopefully they don't get a Field of Ruin, but they only have 1 mana. Next turn they might not spend anything, and they might have enough for the counter spell. So we got to do what we got to do now. Even if Field of Ruin takes out a land, we still will be able to make 6 for the Carnage turn, so all is not lost. I jinxed myself, didn't I? The darn pesky Field of Ruin. At least I do have a basic forest to replace it, so that's always quite nice. And hey, we got a big body, they can't counter. Beautiful. Maybe they sweep. Hopefully I draw a land that enters untapped, able to make 7 for something good. Oh, the 5 paws. Okay. I know that one now, Scorpion. You know what? I'm just going to attack with Carnage Tyrant. I was thinking of playing another one. But I think they will sweep. They're digging for a sweeper, so I could have played the second Carnage. I wouldn't have gotten to attack. They're going to sweep this turn. I would lose it. Huh? I guess not. Okay. Could have been good. Oh, Commune with Dinosaurs. If we get a castle, that's going to be nice. Oh, we got a castle, folks. They're squirming. T-Rex time. Look out. Boom. I still have one land left. Oh. I didn't cut Vaultborn. No. No, yeah. I gotta say, though, there's many matches. I just don't see this guy. I want to see it so often. It's so lovely. It's the bee's knees. Kind of like a bee, the Hornet Queen, but oh, so good. The best edition since Tyrranax Rex, really. It's not even close. Maybe just the best general edition. Yeah. It beats out Tyrranax Rex. Sometimes. Sometimes. Oh, I think a lot of us who have experienced that, just triggering, double trigger, Ghalta draws a Ghalta, puts another Ghalta onto the battlefield. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. That is the keeper of keepers. Send Vaultborn to the bottom. I don't have a Cavern of Souls. I certainly want to keep T-Rex and Art. T-Rex might be all we need again. I could have gone with Commune, but we'll see if we draw out that counterspell. Perhaps. Okay, I'll play a Cavern. Fine by me. Another Stomping Ground with the Commune. See what we get. Maybe another Sunken. I like a good Vaultborn. Could have been Ghalta, but let's play it safe. A little safe. Ghalta could have been good, but I could have played Ghalta. Castle Garenbrig next turn plus Archdruids for Sunken. Very, very lovely. Would we see an opening to cast Archdruids for 3? They have 2 up. They might not do anything. They could have a Field of Ruin. I say we try. I feel like they might cycle a Shark Typhoon. Okay, good, good. We saw it. And we did it. You know what? I'm grabbing another castle. Just in case this is not happening again. If they get that Field of Ruin. I'd rather have 2 castles than 2 Sunkens and a castle. But yeah, oh my god. I don't mind them knowing what I could do, because then I do something different that they don't know. One of the cards in my hand that isn't revealed. And it really is quite surprising. Oh, I appreciate it, Squad Painter. I'm happy to have gotten to this point. It's certainly taken quite some time, I must admit. T-Rex, let's go. Love it. Yeah, I'm always happy to explain if, again, anybody has questions. Certainly enjoy it. I hope it's not... Okay, good. Good. It's feeling all right. Yeah, whatever format, alchemy, anything. I imagine watching stuff here would help in any sort of dinosaur deck. It might be quite a bit different than Stampede Dinos, but yeah. Yeah, one day I'll dip my toe or dip my claw into alchemy and see what it's all about. All the crazy stuff. And the spike tail, whatchamacallit, Spear Tail Alpha. The one. Squad Painter, you probably know the one I'm talking about. The spiky one. The alchemy only spiky one. Cavern, Vaultborn. Well, I say we try. See what they have up their sleeve. If anything. Doesn't feel too bad. Commune, certainly we're going to find, well, hopefully something good. I like Regisaur Alpha instead. I might like the haste, you know, chip away. They're just, desperate. I'm desperate.
Ruthless aggression.
Nicholas. Okay, that is quite interesting. I've had some people say that before, and it's perfectly fine. Even if you don't want to play dinos, I just appreciate everybody watching right now. Later on, oh boy, folks. Well, Mythweaver Pock might be broken, but this seems pretty broken too. Oh boy.
But you can't do this to me.
You know how much I sacrificed?
Oh, there we go. Yes, it definitely is a lot of wild cards. I try to have some budget lists, kind of, to get you started in Stampede Dinos, but honestly, it takes a little bit to build up everything. And there could be fantastic choices you want to try, rares and mythic rares, but you simply can't afford to do it. So I do kind of like focusing as much as possible, keeping the list as close as possible, but at the very least you can go back different nights, see, oh, I like this, I like that, he's not using this right now, so maybe I won't redeem my wildcards for it, or I like to splash black, something like that. Yeah. It does. Maybe they're like the hidden best thing. You have to imagine, how good is it that everything you play will have haste? Haste is just so amazing. All dinosaurs have haste. All creatures usually have haste because they're all dinosaurs, and then it just natural synergy. You get to kill control opponents when you wouldn't otherwise. You just play a bunch of stuff, you wouldn't get to attack, and then they sweep the next turn and you have to rebuild again and again and again and again, sadly. Glad I mulliganed. It was a very bad hand, and now it went to perfection. Yes, I did hear Grief got banned. Gave too many people grief, I guess. But again, send Regisaur to the bottom. We're going to be playing... Maybe I would have liked to keep Regisaur because I see Ghalta now. But we're on track to play Tyrranax Rex coming up. Yeah. Sylvan Scrying, search for the Sunken. Technically we don't need to. Would they have some land destruction? Perhaps. They don't have counter spells. Makes me wonder. You know what, we'll grab another Sunken. Even though Clifftop is happening next turn, we'll be able to make 7 with T-Rex. 30 mythic wild, 0 rares. The rare problem is, well, it's a common problem, unfortunately for people. It's just funny how that works sometimes. I think we should be okay with T-Rex next turn. But if it makes sense, we might just go Sunken. Able to play Ghalta, we got Palani's Hatcher. Everybody gaining haste. Maybe they should switch it up, but that reminded me of the point I just forgot. I'm fortunate because I only play one thing, so... Oh, okay. We got creativity. Huh. Interesting. Well. Yeah. They did ban Soren, but... Yeah, only playing one thing, you can imagine I've got everything I could ever want and then some. So I'm set for life, which is a pretty enticing thing. They're not going to kill me next turn. I say we go for it. Guess technically I could have played Castle Garenbrig, and either way, I like our chances. We have a blocker for Atraxa. At the very least, I don't think we're going to be taking 7. They don't have Thoughtseize. This looks good. This looks good. Not too bad. Definitely. Spell table's pretty common for a commander. And, well, stuff has gotten pretty expensive in that format. Some big dino. Any big dino. Oh, two T-Rexes. That might just do the trick. I hope. Cross your fingers, cross your claws. This might be enough. I don't know. I'm not doing the math. Just have to be ruthlessly aggressive. They're going to gain too much life. I think Atraxa blocks one of the big things. Maybe 16, 32. Hard to say. Atraxa has Death Touch. Good. I like this. And taking out Reflection. I also like that. Huh. It's also interesting just to face off against another Atraxa. But hey, Reflection is gone, Atraxa is gone, and they're at 16. I hope they don't have a sweeper. If it's damage based, I don't care, because I got some big stuff. There we go. Knocked out.
Dang! Oh!
Phew. That second T-Rex definitely did it in. But it goes to another point some of you may have clued into. There's so much big stuff. But if you had it spread out, that instance wouldn't happen as often. Some more creatures here. Maybe you think it's too much, so you trim a couple T-Rex, you trim a couple Vaultborn, a couple Carnage Tyrant. You're like, yeah, I want a nice mixture. I want it nice and smooth. A smoother curve with cheaper creatures. And then you run into situations where those cheaper creatures are the ones you put out instead of a T-Rex, which those cheaper creatures would have been. You know they would have been, because you might be trying out this list and you're like, no, no. Whenever you do the thing, make it as good as possible, because all the creatures in the deck are big. That's what I like. You get the idea. But do I want to do anything differently? Atraxa, Hornet Queen seems pretty good. Cup Planet, I don't know if I could do that. Nah. Go big or go home. You can't really go a whole lot bigger than this unless you were really cheating stuff out. Emrakul, it has a cast trigger, so Ghalta simply putting Emrakul on the battlefield, it would still be cool, but I wouldn't get the trigger of controlling the opponent. Would be kind of fun to try. I don't know. Palani's Hatcher, for me at least, yeah, better than Regisaur. Maybe some people like the 4 toughness of Regisaur Alpha, but no, I'll keep it the same. Yeah, Palani's is 3 bodies in 1, and Palani's has 5 power, where Regisaur only has 4. Maybe you want more jump blockers, perhaps. Killing with an egg. I gotta say, maybe attaching an equipment to one of the dinosaur eggs would be pretty darn hilarious. And, yeah. That's my face when I'm mulliganed, and I get to keep a pretty much perfect hand. Send the forest to the bottom. I may never need that forest. Cliff top gonna get me an extra. I'm gonna get another sunken. I'm gonna be able to make 7 with another sunken with the lands that I have at the moment. I imagine they might counter the Sylvan Scrying, but we'll see. See what happens. Okay. No counterspell, setting up for Indomitable creativity, but they could have a counterspell. I say we go with Cavern of Souls. I like that. We have 3 green if I want to go with Archdruids, but maybe Clifftop. Or I could just be extra mean and exile the... yeah, watch this. Oh boy. Maybe. It'd be funny if this worked. Indomitable creativity targets the clue, but I exile it in response, and then they don't get Atraxa. Killer egg though, yeah. It's like the 1,000-year-old egg or something. Okay. I don't think they'll get 2 things. That would take a total of 5, 6, 7. They would need 7 things out, so... I like this. If they don't do their thing, Archdruid simply grabs a sunken. If they do their thing, we might stop their thing. Play a land, they have to spend a total of 4 to target the 1 clue. If they don't have a land, that might be what they're doing. The treasure they need... Okay, no, they still might have 1 left. Watch. Oh boy. Okay, just a fable, not too bad. Pepto... Oh! Okay, I didn't even realize. I don't often read opponents' names. Huh. I don't think they have creativity. They might, but we'll take this opportunity and hope they don't have a counter spell. I think they might. Oh, okay. We know what we gotta do. Technically, I should look for a creature. Carnage Tyrant would be good. 6, 7. You know what? I'm gonna go with Carnage Tyrant. Yeah. Yeah, that's what we're doing. I was thinking Clifftop Lookout. Next turn, maybe Commune to dig for Ghalta, but they could just creativity soon. Even if they do it next turn, I could use Archdruids to shoot Atraxa right out of the sky. That'd be pretty sweet. And we still would be able to do some stuff. Commune to dig, grab something good, grab Ghalta. Looks like they're digging for creativity there. Or they have other big and bad stuff in their hand. That also could be, but I think this list is just Atraxa as the creature to cheat out. It is a big and scary. It sticks around. The Goblin's not attacking into the Carnage Tyrant though. I don't think. Interesting. But they have a lot of mana. They might just straight up play Atraxa. They could have a second one in their hand. Keep in mind they discarded 1. I think that's a very real possibility, but also a counterspell too. I might want to play around that. See what the Clifftop Lookout brings. Maybe no counterspell. Oh! Well, another sunken. Good. Doesn't get better. Oh, okay, well, Vaultborn Tyrant. Also fine with that. Huh. I like our chances. I was getting a little bit worried there. They were going to get a creativity. But now it's not looking too good. We have the Archdruids for whenever they do it. If They cast Atraxa, Hardcaster. Oh! Oh! Hashtag pre-recorded. Man. I play this game too much. They're not doing creativity. They're making a bunch of treasures. I think it's a pretty reasonable conclusion to draw. But they only have 1 mana. Huh. What's the nastiest thing? T-Rex? Atraxa has to block. They Farewell next. I don't like that. I'm just going to go with Clifftop. See what it gets. Another land. I like it. I still have enough for Archdruids. Yeah. I want them to Farewell. That's what I want them to do. I don't think they will, but I could see a chance where, you know what, they only have 1. We're searching for Ghalta. Atraxa is gone, and their chances might have gone. This is good. If they don't have Field of Ruin, I think they're dead. Farewell is, of course, a sorcery speed sweeper. There's not many instant speed ones. Settle the Wreckage, kind of, and Final Showdown. New one from Thunder Junction. It's a very real possibility, but hey, I love when the game's gone on so long I can go with Commune to dig and get another Regisaur. Supercharge potentially what I do. They could have a way to send it to the top or the boat to Shauna's Tidebinder. Okay, maybe not. Huh. They could have 2 pieces of removal for both Regisaur Alphas. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Whoa.
Good Lord, what is happening in there?
Hey, I've seen this one. This is a classic. This is
Ruthless aggression.
What do you mean you've seen this? It's brand new.
It is brand new. It's brand new to the opponents, because I have to imagine they've never been dealt that nastiness before. Yes, Ink Shield and what was it? Let me scroll up and see. I forgot already. Season. Oh yes. The new one from Bloomberg. Okay. Don't start another match. Don't do it. Okay. We're looking up stuff. Just for a second, we'll get into maybe one more match. That would be a very good nightcap, I gotta say. But yeah. That's, bashing me over the head, reminding me, don't start another one yet. I guess maybe I don't have it. Maybe there's like the space thing in between. Ink Shield. Mythweaver is... we can look at Mythweaver. I didn't look at it too much. I think it was from the Lost Caverns of Ixalan alchemy. Yeah. But power and toughness each equal to the number of lands you control. That's a pretty standard thing for 4. Whenever 1 or more non-token lands enter, for each of them conjure a duplicate of it onto the battlefield. This ability triggers only once each turn. Hey, Sunken Citadel, boom, now I have 2, but I only ever need 2 Sunkens. Maybe I would get many Sunkens, many castles, maybe it could work. I could have 4 Sunken Citadels, 2 Castle Garenbrigs in pretty quick order with Mythweaver Pock. And then all of a sudden I'm activating the 2 Castle Garenbrigs twice for 12 green. That would be mean. Yeah. It would take a lot of tweaking, and I don't think Mythweaver Pock would probably make sense in a Alchemy Dinosaurs list. Yeah, you probably want to elevate this guy's potential quite a bit and abuse it, and a dinosaur list with this in it, I don't see it being worth it. I get there often enough. I would have to play Mythweaver Pock and then a Sunken Citadel, but I don't see too many situations where I'd be waiting to play Sunken. I could just do my normal thing, make 6 green on turn 4 when I might play this, but I'd probably have mana dorks and whatnot to maybe play it on turn 3. I don't know. Something to think about. Yeah. In a dedicated list, though, as I've read a couple times before, this Cat Shaman, not great. But that the Gathering, Season of Gathering, I'm pretty sure that was it. Let me double check. Where were we talking about it? Somewhere here. Double Ghalta, draw, Tyrant. Okay, yes. That's the card. Alright. Season of Gathering. Good stuff. Really, really quite good stuff. Now, I did mention this in the Discord about Yrga cat food combo. Every creature or non-land permanent, it becomes a food artifact. Everything becomes an artifact. One of the modes for this is choose artifact or enchantment. Destroy all permanents of the chosen type. If the Yrga cat food combo hasn't got going, you could choose to destroy all artifacts. The opponent would lose, I think, everything they have. You would sweep everything. Make some of your stuff a little bit bigger, perhaps. Take out all their enchantments. Bandit's talent. No, it's the other black talent where you mill cards whenever they sacrifice a permanent. It's not fun, but either way, you get the idea of that potential. I gotta say, I could see it being a one of. Wouldn't be terrible. I don't know how many more than one I would want, but top decking this, ooh, maybe I have a bunch of big creatures out. You do the mode for the 3 pause, draw a bunch of cards. I could then make 2 creatures a little bit bigger with Vigilance and Trample. Mostly looking at the Vigilance part, because then they wouldn't tap. Yeah. The 6 cost though, Nichols, and 6 cost for a sorcery. If I can pay 6 for a sorcery, I can probably pay 8 for a creature. By the time I get to the point of paying for this, I have a Sunken and a Castle, so I have to think there's probably a creature that costs 7 or 8 that might be better than what Season of Gathering does. I can sometimes make just crazy mana with 5 lands, but I couldn't make 6 for this. Something to think about. It is nice though, you search for big creatures and you're like, ooh, maybe I can't play this, but you can, and you can play it early. I ran into this a while ago. Oh, this sorcery or this instant, it's costly, but it's going to help, and then I was never getting there. I would get to turn 4. I can make 6 with Castle, but it's only for creatures. It's not for other stuff. I might have something like this in my hand, and then I'm just saying to myself, oh, I should just switch it for, I don't know, another Carnage Tyrant or some other creature for a 6 instead of a sorcery for a 6. You got to try it out though. If you open up a copy or 2 from Bloom Burrows, you might as well. I should do another viewer battle sometime, Scorpion. That would be good. Maybe one time this week, maybe tomorrow night. It is the long weekend here in Canada. Ontario, maybe it's just Ontario. I'm pretty sure it's all Canada. I don't know, but either way, I got an extra day off, so yeah, perhaps. It does, yeah. Although Yrga, or Yrga, I don't know, I put the R and the G they're switched. I'll keep calling it Yrga. But it does get bigger. It doesn't have trample though. So just whatever creature to block. It might be a dinosaur egg, one of those 0/1s. It's pretty good. I've bought myself a little bit of time against the cat food combo opponents because of that. If Yrga had trample, that'd probably be the only thing people are playing. It's maybe not, but it gets so big, trample would probably push it over the edge. They already win without Yrga having to attack. That'd just be a little bit too much. They do. It would kill Vaultborn Tyrant, which might be kind of nice. Excuse me. I'm pretty sure it kills Vaultborn. It's still the original creature. It dies, we get the copy, draw a card, gain some life. You'd have to exile all artifacts. Exiling all artifacts might be good. I don't know that there is anything like that. I say we go off on this tangent a little bit of searching up things. Exile artifact. All. Got something. Well, that's pretty good. From Alchemy as well. Exile all artifacts and creatures with mana value 3 or less. They perpetually gain. This spell costs 2 more to cast. Yeah, I want them to go away permanently. Yeah, Sunspine Lynx, Scorpion. I can do that. I did feature the Sunspine Lynx two weeks ago. Something like 2 weeks ago. I didn't use it too long. It was for Amalia, the Explore combo. If they can't gain life, it doesn't happen. But now that deck is no more, so I'm not as worried about stopping people gaining life. Celestia Angels, though, keep in mind, you guys may have faced it already, or you might be back to playing it. I think that's going to get popular as well. But sometimes Sunspine Lynx it's too slow. Really what I'm looking for is the life gain hate. So I do feel like I might as well play Giant Cindermaw, cost 2 and a red, where the Lynx cost an extra red, which could be hard to play. Needing that second color pip, it's rough. It's rough. Okay, the borderless one. I think I didn't get it, but yeah. I do love that art style, kind of showcasing the parts of the creature. Kind of like that Secret Lair with the Gishath, if some of you guys saw it. That was pretty neat. Marauding Raptor, yeah, we can go with that. Now, Marauding Raptor is a little bit painful. My goodness. Marauding. Goes to show how long I've typed it in, but I was kind of turned off Marauding a bit when Lost Caverns of Ixalan released, because Palani's Hatcher making those dinosaur eggs. They're 0/1s. Marauding pings, kills them. I don't get them as 3/3. Marauding just temporarily gains 4 power. Well, plus pinging Palani's. Palani's buffs Marauding to 6. 6/3, maybe 8, maybe 10. With Ghalta, you got to imagine it gets pretty big, but it doesn't have trample. The opponent probably has a small creature to block this. All that extra damage. Ugh. Ooh, it stopped. It's painful. Painful. Oh, hey, Thunderblade. That happens. There's Marauding Raptor, Rampaging Ferocidon, Raging Regisaur, Regisaur Alpha, Rampaging Brontodon, Rampaging Raptor, Raging Regisaur. I'm pretty sure those are all. One of those might be fake, but yeah. Belligerent Rager, Raging Triceratops, Belligerent Triceratops, we could go on for a while, but rampaging, nope, that's not it. That's it. All right. Frostodon, okay. Also a good point, the same cost as Giant Sandemaw. However, it pings whenever another creature enters. Rampaging Frostodon deals 1 damage to that creature's controller. Maybe, I've felt like I want to play it before the Ghalta turn. This is sitting out. I might be pretty low, and it might mean that I can't have everybody enter. I might be almost able to kill the opponent, but I lock myself out because this is on the battlefield. Palani's Hatcher. Palani's Hatcher is 4 damage with that 1 card if rampaging is on the battlefield. Palani, the 2 dinosaur eggs, and when I'm forced to sacrifice one of them, you can't choose. So boom, that's 4 damage already. Painful. Maybe if it was just the pinging part, I was still able to gain life. The Vaultborn Tyrant would kind of offset that. But no, it pretty quickly I moved away from rampaging when I realized I'm just pinged to death. I can't do what I want to do. If I want to stop life gain, it might just be Giant Sandemaw. Yeah. Belligerent, yeah, let's belligerent. Two L's. Okay, yes. Belligerent Yearling. Pretty deadly. Could be a good case for that. There is so many big creatures in the deck. If Belligerent Yearling is part of the batch put out by Ghalta Stampede Tyrant, it could have 8 power temporarily. I don't know. But is it necessary? There's going to be so much removal. I might want to play the Yearling earlier. I certainly could hold off on playing it. It enters as the batch and then it gets fatal pushed. I imagine that would happen quite a bit. I'd lose out on so much lovely potential power. Would it be better if this took the place of the Clifftop Lookout? I don't think so much. But if the Clifftop stays in, would I take out a big creature for this? If that's the case, maybe it's just better to have the big creature instead. Something to think about. It is absolutely quite good. Lovely, lovely potential. Perhaps a little bit on the fragile side, but perhaps this is just not the exact right list for the Yearling. Exactly right dinosaur list. Yeah. Definitely playing this turn 3, Carnage Tyrant on turn 4. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Maybe it's something good to bring in if I'm facing off against an aggro deck, something that doesn't have a whole lot of removal. A higher chance of Belligerent Yearling sticking around. Also might be nice, yeah. But Thunderblade, I have seen some of the Duskmourn spoilers. I think we're going to get a lot of interesting choices with that. Yeah. A lot of cool stuff coming up. It isn't always a bad thing, but keep in mind, whenever I do my thing, the removal, I might not care about it. Perhaps the only creature they can take out is a dinosaur token like the Fatal Push. There's never any other target, so the fact they still have it isn't much of a fact sometimes. Screaming Nemesis, yes. Thunderblade, whenever it's dealt damage, you deal that much damage to any target, and if a player is dealt damage, they can't gain life for the rest of the game if they're dealt damage that way with its ability. Literally, if you're a life gain deck, you just lost. That's pretty sweet. It's very tempting. If life gain becomes super popular, I might go with the Marauding, Screaming Nemesis sort of combo. The ultimate life gain shutdown. Duskmourn bundle thing. I didn't see that. I know there is some alternate art from the Duskmourn cards. They have like a creepy creature ghost in some art. Hard to see, like a silhouette. And then in the exact same art, it looks almost exactly the same. It's not there. It's kind of cool. It's like a variant. Probably not going to be too much difference expensive wise, but maybe perhaps it is going to be rare. Oh, okay. Nightmare bundle. Huh. Oh no. I'm not looking really to buy any of Duskmourn unless there is a super good card for Dinosaurs. I don't think that's going to be the case. Huh. Hard to say. Maybe we'll be surprised. Collector's packs. I do like that. I didn't get any collector's packs of Lost Caverns of Ixalan, but I still have everything I need. I just bought the singles, so well, it worked out for me. Yeah. All right, I think that's close enough. Almost 2 hours. Had a fantastic time. Certainly nice to beat up on Atraxa. Just do a ton of good stuff. Lovely Atraxa is not so scary when you're playing a dinosaur deck like this. Ooh, okay, well, that is going to be an expensive bundle then. Anything that is only in one sort of product, it gets pretty scarce. But yes, have a good night. Scorpion, Thunderblade, Nichols. Who else? Squad Painter as well. Always happy for analysis. I'll explain anything, anytime. Mad Dad Lab, Rodrigo as well. 5 Ways, Commander Crane, Heaven, JDX. Just joined the Discord. Good stuff. Okay. Only $20 more than usual. Huh, I should try that. But yeah, okay. Plane crash coming up. A plane crash, kind of like that Atraxa opponent. Crashed and burned. All right. See you next time. Peace. Guess I should have done the plane crash after this happened. Yeah. Something different.